are still in August, I have noticed that here in Quebec, the days are already growing shorter and the evening air is becoming crisp. We are on the cusp of autumn, a season of transformation, of quiet beauty, and of cozy comforts. Today, I begin the process of choosing a new knitting project inspired by the changing seasons. Fall is my favorite season. It inspired the name of my channel, SweaterWeatherPod. Although I try to resist wishing my time away, it's hard not to look forward to the refreshing coolness of fall after a summer of blistering heat. Autumn, with its rich tapestry of colors, whispers to me through the rustling leaves and the golden hues of the setting sun. It is a time when nature dons her most magnificent attire, and I too am drawn to create something beautiful, something warm, something that echoes the essence of this season. Before we talk about any new projects, we should probably talk about one of my completed projects, the Emilton scarf by a renowned designer, Marie Wallen. This scarf, with its simple yet graphic feral design, is more than just an accessory. It's a narrative woven from British breeds Aran yarn. It's a tapestry of nature's hues. Named after the majestic Emilton beach, with the atmospheric ruins of the Dunstanburgh Castle as its backdrop, the scarf embodies the tranquility and beauty of the Northumberland coast. The Emilton scarf is knit flat. It feels like a canvas laid out. This is the first time I have ever knit colorwork flat. Midway through the scarf, I did try knitting backwards. My tension was certainly better, but I was a bit slower, of course. In the end, I went back to just purling on the wrong side because it was more comfortable for me. Before starting the edging, which is a ribbed edging and requires one to pick up stitches all along the edge of the scarf, which is over 300 stitches per side, I decided to block the scarf. I thought this would even out the stitches and allow for a much easier and even pickup. The yarn bloomed so beautifully during the blocking process. However, I decided I did not want to complete the scarf as designed. I modified the pattern and added and applied I-cord. I used DPNs to do this, and I found it to be a very relaxing and rhythmic process. You may have noticed that I made another modification while knitting the scarf. I modified the colors in the pattern to make it more impactful. I found that the two colors used in this section of the pattern, while beautiful, were too close in value for my taste. I decided not to rip back what I had already completed, but rather I chose to knit the following pattern repeats with two different colors. For those of you who like symmetry, you may find this asymmetrical change unappealing. I could have chosen to rip back and knit each pattern repeat the same, or to continue but only make the middle pattern repeat different. Each of those options would have resulted in a more symmetrical design, but in the end I went with my heart and I'm very happy with the result. The scarf was completed on July 21st, which is exactly 1 month after I began. I chose to block the scarf again to even out the I-cord stitches, and it took about 24 hours to dry. I cannot wait until it is cold enough outside to wear this scarf. I haven't taken any finished object photos yet because I feel like this scarf will really shine with an autumnal backdrop. When I look out at the changing landscape, I am inspired by the palette of autumn. The fiery reds, burnt oranges, and golden yellows, all framed by the deep marine blue of the sky. Autumn hasn't arrived quite yet, but I can still picture it in my mind's eye. These colors speak to me, urging me to choose a project that reflects their beauty. Perhaps a cozy oversized sweater in shades of brown and green, or a snuggly warm shawl in hues of taupe and blue. But choosing a new knitting pattern is not just about the colors, it's about the textures, the patterns, and the stories they tell. When I look at the yarn in my stash, each skein holds a promise, the potential to become something wonderful. There is a soft alpaca yarn I bought recently at Twist Fiber Festival, the blue-faced Leicester and Massam wool I bought from Sonder Yarn Co., and some chunky yarn that has been waiting for the perfect project. I also consider the projects that I've been meaning to make for a while. The mosaic colorwork shawl that has been on my mind, the cozy blanket that would be perfect for chilly morning, and the simple colorwork mittens that have been sitting in my queue for such a long time. Each project is a possibility, a way to bring autumn into my home. And then there is the influence of what is currently popular. The trends that catch my eye, the patterns that everyone is talking about, I cannot help but be influenced by those too. The granny square cardigans, the rhineback sweaters, the mohair project, they all have a certain charm, a certain appeal that makes me want to just cast on and start knitting. I am not immune to influencers on YouTube and Instagram. But ultimately, the choice of a new knitting project is a deeply personal one. It is about what speaks to me, what brings me joy, and what makes me feel connected to the world around me. For me, autumn is a cozy time, a time to wrap myself in warmth and comfort. And so, I have chosen a project that embodies that feeling for me. A cozy, oversized sweater inspired by nature's beauty. I have chosen the Norma sweater by My Favorite Things Knitwear for my next project. In Ravelry, the Norma sweater is described as a classic raglan sweater with high mock neck, a timeless and elegant design with a beautiful drape and a comfortable loose fit. The neckline is shaped with short rows after the ribbing is knitted. The simple but distinctive multicolored pattern creates a focal point reminiscent of 60s and 70s knitting traditions. I have chosen yarn from Sonder Yarn Co. for this project in these delicious colors. Sonder Yarn offers kits put together in the same colors as the sweater was originally designed in, and I labored over the decision about whether to order a kit or select my own colors. For better or worse, I chose my own colors in these lovely earthy shades. As I begin this new project, I am filled with a sense of anticipation, of excitement. I let the beauty of the transition from late summer to autumn guide me. I let the colors, the textures, and the patterns inspire me. And most importantly, I choose something that brings me joy, something that makes me feel cozy and connected to this wonderful season. I hope to create something beautiful, something that will keep me warm in the days to come. Until next time, happy knitting.
Damn. Yeah. Yeah.